What if I told you Elon Musk may have just secretly hinted at the real value of XRP and almost nobody caught it? Yes, you heard that right. The same Elon Musk who moves markets with a single post may have slipped out a coded message that reveals XRP's future price potential. This has the XRP community buzzing like never before. And today, I'm breaking it all down for you. Pay close attention, because once you connect these dots, it becomes impossible to ignore. And remember, this is not financial advice. Now let's start with the elephant in the room. Elon Musk has always been a master of cryptic messaging. Think about how Dogecoin skyrocketed after just a few of his memes. But here's the thing. What if XRP is the next asset in his crosshairs? Imagine the same kind of viral power, but applied to a token that already has real-world utility, deep liquidity, and the backing of banks and institutions worldwide. If that sounds crazy, stick with me, because what I'm about to show you will flip the script on what you thought you knew about XRP's price ceiling. Here's where things get interesting. Musk's latest post wasn't just a random meme. It contained layered symbolism that hardcore XRP sleuths immediately tied to Ripple's ongoing narrative. Numbers, rocket emojis, timing, even the way he structured the message. It all screamed XRP. Coincidence or a deliberate hint? That's what we need to unpack. And when you line this up against what Ripple executives have been saying, and the way XRP's liquidity corridors are quietly expanding behind the scenes, it suddenly doesn't feel like a coincidence at all. But wait until you hear what this could mean for price. Because think about it. We've always known XRP is designed for speed and efficiency, settling transactions in seconds, at fractions of a cent. But the key that most people overlook is scalability. XRP isn't just about transferring a few bucks, it's about moving trillions across borders in a financial system that's long overdue for an upgrade. If Musk is signaling his recognition of that role, then we're staring at a potential endorsement that could set the stage for mass adoption. And if you think that sounds too bold, let me ask you this. Did you ever expect Dogecoin, a meme coin, to hit the heights it did? Exactly. Now here's where the FOMO kicks in. Imagine Musk, who has direct connections to SpaceX, Tesla, and even projects tied to AI and global payments, deciding to align his voice with XRP. Think of the ripple effect, pun intended. It wouldn't just be crypto Twitter going wild. Mainstream media would amplify it, new investors would pile in, and institutional money would gain even more confidence. Suddenly, the idea of XRP reaching 4, even 5 digits per coin, doesn't feel like a fantasy. It feels like a roadmap. But here's the twist. The clues he dropped suggest a number that will shock you. Keep listening, because when I reveal it, you'll understand why people are calling this a once-in-a-lifetime setup. Let's break down the tweet itself. People noticed specific references that seemed oddly aligned with Ripple's known partnerships and timelines. For example, some decoded his use of rocket emojis as more than just hype. They lined up with the launch dates of major financial corridors Ripple is expanding into. Others pointed out numbers hidden in the background of the image that correlate with past XRP predictions. And the kicker? A phrase he used mirrors a statement Ripple executives made years ago about XRP being the bridge to everything. Now, is Elon just trolling? Or is he plugged in deeper than anyone realizes? And this isn't happening in a vacuum. At the same time, high-profile analysts have been doubling down on XRP's potential. They've been pointing out that regulatory clarity is closer than ever, that Ripple is stacking partnerships globally, and that traditional finance can't ignore the efficiencies XRP provides. Add Elon Musk into that mix, even indirectly, and you have a cocktail that could ignite a price surge the likes of which we've never seen. So let me ask you, if you're on the sidelines, how long can you afford to wait? But let's pause here and address the skeptics, because I know what you're thinking. Elon trolls all the time. Why take this seriously? Fair point. But here's the difference. With Dogecoin, the fundamentals were weak. It was pure meme power. Yet it still delivered insane returns. With XRP, the fundamentals are ironclad. Banks are using it. Cross-border transactions are flowing through it. Governments are watching it. So when Elon steps into this conversation, even subtly, it doesn't just add hype, it adds legitimacy. And legitimacy is what triggers institutional FOMO. Think about how the average investor reacts. They might ignore Ripple's quarterly reports or the slow buildup of partnerships. But Elon Musk? Everyone listens. One tweet, one hint, and suddenly you've got retail investors flooding in, hedge funds quietly building positions, and the crypto narrative shifting overnight. This isn't just speculation, it's pattern recognition. We've seen this movie before with Doge, with Bitcoin, even with Tesla's stock. The only question is, are you paying attention early enough this time? And let me take it a step further. If the speculation is right, and Elon's coded message really was about XRP, then the number tied to it is staggering. Some in the community believe he pointed to XRP's true value being in the thousands per coin, not just tens or hundreds. I'll say that again, thousands. The logic is simple. For XRP to fulfill its role as a global bridge currency, it can't be stuck at pocket change prices. It needs liquidity, it needs scale, and yes, it needs a valuation that matches its mission. Does that sound outlandish? Maybe. But so did Tesla hitting $1 trillion market cap. And if you're doubting this surge like most people are, consider this. Every revolutionary asset looks impossible until it happens. People laughed at Bitcoin at $1. They laughed at Tesla stock at $50. They laughed at Dogecoin before it hit the mainstream. XRP is next in line, and Musk may have just lit the fuse. Do you want to be the person who ignored the signs, or the person who saw the writing on the wall? That's the decision staring every XRP holder in the face right now. Now let's tie it all together. Elon Musk drops a cryptic tweet. The XRP community decodes it and finds layers of meaning that align with Ripple's vision. Analysts reinforce the potential with data-backed arguments. Ripple continues to ink partnerships behind the scenes, and the world inches closer to needing a neutral, scalable bridge currency. When you connect those dots, it paints a picture too clear to dismiss. Whether you think Elon is serious or not almost doesn't matter. The narrative has already been set in motion, and momentum is building fast. So here's my challenge to you. Look at the facts, look at the patterns, and decide where you stand. Because whether XRP hits triple digits, quadruple digits, or beyond, the real risk isn't being wrong, it's being unprepared. And preparation means positioning yourself before the tidal wave hits, not after. This community thrives on spotting signals the mainstream misses. Elon Musk's tweet is one of those signals, and ignoring it could be the costliest mistake of your financial life. That's why this video matters. We're not just chasing hype. We're analyzing, decoding, and understanding the forces that shape markets before the rest of the world catches up. That's what gives you the edge. That's what puts you ahead of the herd. And that's why XRP's story is only just beginning. If this blew your mind, smash that like button, drop a comment with your XRP price target, and subscribe for more daily XRP insights. And most importantly, share this video with your fellow XRP holders, because the more the community knows, the stronger we all get. Together, we're not just watching history happen, we're part of it. Let's get XRP to the moon.